Climate scientists have been scary predictions for quite a while now. In the 70s, they were predicting freezing. In 2000, they were predicting global warming. According to Dr. David Viner, a senior research scientist at the Climatic Research Unit of the University of East Anglia, within a few years, winter snowfall will become a very rare and exciting event. Children just aren't going to know what snow is, he said. David Parker at the Hadley Center for Climate Prediction and Research in Berkshire says ultimately British children could have only virtual experience of snow. Via the internet, they might wander at polar scenes or eventually feel virtual cold.
Now it's time for Outsiders Weather and the Skeptics Ice Age Watch, where the Scottish village of Altanhara has just recorded Britain's coldest September temperature in 23 years as a bitter Arctic front begins its descent into Western Europe. One poor shivering Scotsman poured himself a stiff scotch and said, "I did ye notice how cold it was this morning at this Manut Inn? Ma bahookies all shugly, sat aboot, lang may ya loam rake down your dinger, I'm fair puckled in the goodney." Or words to that effect. But it's not just Scotland feeling the icy embrace of the grand solar minimum and low sunspot activity we are currently in. The European ski fields are opening early this year thanks to heavy summer snow in September. Meanwhile, Australia is preparing for a bumper harvest, according to The Guardian, as rain boosts New South Wales winter crops by 300%. The wettest winter in the state since 2016, explains the Lovey's favourite newspaper, has brought an incredible turnaround, not only in rain, but for grain growers hit by the drought. Thanks to above-average rainfall between March and August, winter crop production in New South Wales is predicted to rise dramatically.
Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system.
Oh, what an amazing prediction that was from global warming guru Professor Tim Flannery. And in America, hundreds of all-time low-temperature records tumbled over the past week, but not a word from the mainstream media. The city of Syracuse in New York tied an all-time record low of 1.1 degrees Celsius last Saturday morning, a feat not achieved since 1943. Buffalo also tied a low-temperature record set back in '95, and many upstaters woke to a rare September frost over the weekend, 3 weeks ahead of schedule. Washington, D.C. is suffering its coldest September temperatures in 20 years, and the Canadian province of Ottawa has also been breaking or matching records for all-time September cold. According to the National Weather Service in Duluth, a record low of -5 degrees Celsius was set at International Falls on September 17th, busting the old record set back in 1959, and a second record low temperature of -4.4 was set at Hibbing, the birthplace of Bob Dylan. No, don't worry, Rita, I won't play any Bob. Oh, yes, I will. Yes, the answer was certainly blowing in the wind down in Ballarat this week, especially if you were one of those poor, sodden school kids being dragged off to a global warming protest by your lefty teachers or your greenie parents. Heavy snow fell in Ballarat with a polar blast, creating what is said to be its coldest ever September day on record. Yes, the poor little shivering darlings had to cancel their global warming protest because of the heavy snow blanketing the region. You can't make this stuff up.